All right, boys, we got something interesting. We are continuing the Chris Rock Will Smith saga. And this is a little I don't know, man. I don't even know if we should do this because it gets real. Take a look at this. But first, slap that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel because your boy is on the grind. We have about 13,000 subs. Help your boy reach 15K by hitting that subscribe button. Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother, threatens Will Smith after the slap, and I accidentally clicked that. Why did I not check this before I actually started the video?
For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba.
You know we skipped
Samantha Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars over a joke. New perspectives and opinions continue to be revealed. Chris's brother Tony Rock recently made a public appearance
I didn't
on the
even know he had a
No Remorse Comedy
brother.
Tour in Raleigh, North Carolina last night. Rock would speak on the incident publicly for the very first time. He would go on to open up his set by saying, if anyone in the crowd has a problem with anything he has to say, there's nothing they can do about it.
Oh, we gonna pop for the rest of the year. If I say anything tonight, anybody got a fucking problem with? You got one option.
Wait a
to
minute.
do about it.
Is this Drew from the Everybody Hates Chris show? Is this the... And Everybody Hates Chris, he only has one brother, and that's Drew. So is he supposed to be Drew?
Absolutely nothing. Because if you think you're gonna walk up on this stage, this ain't the fucking Oscars. And if you walk your ass up here, you ain't nominated for shit but these hands.
What's the point of leaving the S word but not the F word?
Fucking brother?
Oh boy.
Cause your bitch gave you a side eye? Oh, it's a lot of rock brothers. Y'all ain't know it's a lot of rock brothers. It's 10 of us. Boy, you about to see
Oh,
all
it's
the
10.
rock brothers.
God damn.
That shit ain't gonna ride.
Nah, that ain't Drew.
Tony would go on to reiterate that what Will did wasn't cool.
That
And
don't
tell the
seem like
audience
Drew.
he doesn't have a lot to lose. The video of Rock's set was shared online by many outlets, including the Shade Room. The comments were filled with support for the Rock family.
All right, time out. You know I don't pause that often, but you got a point. Chris Rock has a lot to lose. So in a situation like that, I mean, if Chris Rock would have just two-pieced Will Smith, dropped him, right? You seen fight videos. It's always the guy that's winning the fight that gets pulled away and he's the one that's in trouble. So if Chris Rock would have two-pieced Will Smith and Will Smith would have fell to the ground and got, you know what I'm saying? Then Chris Rock would have been blacklisted from Hollywood or whatever. No, he can't be booked anywhere. He's blacklisted for dropping and defending himself. His brother, however, he's not in the spotlight. He's like, I ain't got nothing to lose.
Tony Baker would go on to say, Tony Rock is acting accordingly. Chris is his brother. DJ A1 would go on to chime in with, well, it is his brother. I go hard for my siblings too. Other users commented, Tony said my name is not Chris. Another followed up with, I mean, if Will is allowed to defend his wife, then Tony can defend his brother, right? Earlier in the week, Tony would participate in a Q&A via Twitter where he first let fans know he wasn't a fan of Will slapping his brother on live television. On Twitter, Tony was asked if he approved of Will Smith's apology, and he would go on to say no.
Still seemed like
Other
a weak
tweets Tony
slap,
answered
dog.
were, are we fighting fire with fire or going the professional route? It's on, bro. Replace your brother with Jerry Seinfeld on that stage that night. Would the narrative still be the same, or will Smith be locked up by the LAPD?
No, he'd be locked up.
Given you worked with the Smiths for some years on All of Us, and
Like,
Will
that's not
has
even
never
a
done something
question.
like this in decades of him being public, if he speaks directly to Chris and the Rock family, are you open? Waiting. So Diddy was lying when he said Chris and Will made up that night and are good now. Yep. This was in response to the initial reports that came out, which claimed Diddy said that the two had spoken to each other and squashed their beef. This was the first of many conflicting reports on what happened that evening. In addition to that news, it was originally said that the Academy had asked Will to leave after the incident.
I hate that they keep bringing that up. We seen the same video. Everybody in the world seen the same video. Nobody approached Will Smith and said, hey, you gotta leave, dog. There was no security. Nobody asked him to leave. As a PR stunt, they are telling Sheep that they asked Will Smith to leave, and Will Smith said, nah. Have you ever been, I hope not, have you ever been asked to leave from like a Starbucks, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Subway, Chick-fil-A, any restaurant or any place, and they say, yo, you gotta leave, and you say, no. Then they say, okay, you can stay. Does not work that way. They're calling the cops to get you escorted, and they're gonna hit you with trespassing. But you ask Will Smith to leave, and he says no, you gotta sit there and accept that he's staying. You really weren't. Do you believe that? You're smarter than that.
But it was later discovered that the Academy had lied about that.
Duh.
Also, it was initially reported that Chris Rock was asked if he wanted Will removed from the Oscars, but according to Deadline, Chris was never asked if he wanted Will escorted out.
Duh.
In the latest development regarding the slap, Smith has resigned from the Academy and also has said he's willing to accept
this too. You can't resign after you get basically cut out. Like, that's like basically getting fired from your job, and then the next day you're saying, I quit. After the slap and the backlash from Twitter, I freaking hate how companies, networks, they act like, bruh, they make their decision based on backlash, right? They couldn't care less about the situation, but when the public makes it public that they have an issue with something, then they make a decision and say, oh, no, look at us. We're on your side too. Will Smith is he's no longer allowed in the Oscars. Don't care at this point, bro.
any further consequences the Academy thinks is appropriate. So let's talk about it more in the comments below. What do you think about Tony's words in response to...
Alright, so I think we're pretty much done with the vid. But that's all I had to say, man. It's like, it's so cringe. Like, you're gonna basically cut Will Smith from the Oscars, right? And then the next day, Will Smith says, I resign from the Oscars. That's it. Am I lying? Literally. You can't get fired from your job and then say the next day, to whom it may concern, I'm stepping down from my position. We already cut you. We don't care. Like, imagine in the NBA, right? A player gets cut from the team and then he goes on Twitter and says, all right, guys, I no longer want to play with this. We don't care. Save it. But then again, there are some gullible people out there in the world. Like, geez, there's more gullible people than smart people in the world. Luckily, you watching this video, you're a smart person. Comment down below, what do you think about Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother, defending his brother? That slap, it was still weak, bro.